All right, so first off, right off the bat, this is Thanksgiving break. It is perfectly acceptable for you to not do anything for this class. That's completely okay. We just had exam 4. This is a good place to like take a breath if you need. But I know I've had some students tell me that Thanksgiving break is like the one downtime they have to really get caught up on some material. So if you want to, here's what we're going to do the week we get back, and you can get a head start if you want to. There is a lecture on plant structure and organization. So this is kind of a longer chapter, so we're splitting it up into part 1 and part 2. So this week we're just going to watch part 1. So go to Learning Materials, click on Unit 5, and that'll be the first folder. Real quick, the final that we have is good news is that it's not comprehensive. It's not going to cover any of the other material we've done in the class so far. And it's just on plant structure and organization. So it's just going to be on 2 lectures, and those are actually pretty short lectures. So what that means is that it's a good chance to finish with a good grade because it's not a ton of material that you're going to have to know. Just study just like normal, like even more if you need to finish with a good grade. But it should be a good chance to finish strong. All right. So that's first off. There is also a review quiz that's going to be due December the 5th. So it's like the Sunday after we get back is when that is due. But if you happen to watch the lecture video early, feel free to go ahead and get the review quiz out of the way. Now, what you might want to do to get it out of the way is our last lab is coming up pretty soon. So that's great. After this lab, next upcoming lab is over, you don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to grade anymore, so I think we're both pretty happy about that. Lab 8 is on plant structure. Now, this one is not science interactive, so it's not going to be your lab kit. You're not going to log on to the SI cloud that we usually use. This one is very similar to the fungi lab that we did a few weeks back. So real quick, if you remember the fungi lab, there was a introduction sheet that you read through. You had a worksheet with a bunch of questions and matching and things like that. And then there was visual identification was the big part of that lab. So just like on that one, you're going to have a document with a bunch of pictures of plants and plant structures. And it's going to have like numbers for you to identify the parts. And there might be some other questions that are in there too. There is also going to be a PowerPoint guide that has all of those images labeled for you, like the answers are going to be there. So I want you to use that PowerPoint to go through, find the names, and type the names in. I know, like I get that kind of sounds like busy work, but that's something we do in our traditional classes. And it doesn't work as good for an online class, which is why I've only had 2 of them this semester. But it's a good way for you to, you have to at least look up the names and like kind of identify them, and hopefully that'll kind of reinforce what we've talked about in class. All right. So that's the big things that we have the week we come back. Feel free to do either one of those. And then just a few more things. There is a end of semester survey, which is just a chance for me to get some feedback from you about what you might have liked in this class, which labs were better, how helpful you thought the different parts of the class were. So feel free to do that. That's in the quizzes tab to the left. That's going to be open until the end of the semester, so Tuesday, December 14th. But go ahead and get it out of the way. And it's going to be worth 5 bonus points. So the only thing, since it's bonus, when you finish the quiz, it's going to say you made a 0 just because I had to put it as worth 0 points or it wouldn't be bonus. But when you finish the quiz, as soon as I get back, I'll go back and grade it and add those 5 points. All right. Last thing I wanted to mention is the Monday we get back from Thanksgiving break, so November 29th, that is the deadline to withdraw from your classes. So if you've got any questions about your grade, look at your average, see how you're doing. If you got questions, send me a message on Blackboard. Now, I'm recording this like the Friday before Thanksgiving break, and as soon as I'm done here, like early tomorrow, I'm out of town for the week. I need a break pretty bad, so I won't be checking Blackboard that often, if at all. So if you send me a message sometime over Thanksgiving break, it might be probably Monday we get back before I respond to you, but I will write back as soon as I get a chance. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm just going to be out of the office for the week. All right. So that's it. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Finish strong. Don't slack off at the very end and let it hurt your grade. And let me know if you need anything. Thanks.